1897 marked the beginning of the first real recognized age of American comics, the Platinum Age, with the publication of R.F. Outcault's Yellow Kid in McFadden's Flats. This book was a collection of Yellow Kid newspaper comics, and the Yellow Kid was the first cartoon to utilize word balloons. A fine condition copy of this book only goes for about $15,000, but there are no known copies that have not been restored that go above this grade. In 1938, the golden age of comics began with the first appearance of Superman in Action Comics #1. This era gets its name not only because it is the advent of the ever-popular superhero genre, but also because comics have never sold as well as they did from 1938 to 1945. Truly the golden age of comics. The highest grade of this book is thought to be from the famous Mile High collection. Although the book has not been officially graded, the owner and those who have seen it estimate it to be in the 9.4 near mint grade range. Considering a recent sale of a 9.0 graded copy went for over $3 million, you can imagine what the Mile High copy might be worth. In 1956, after many comic companies had gone away from superhero titles in order to find a new, fresh audience, DC Comics and artist Carmen Infantino made quite a splash with the introduction of the new Flash in Showcase number 4, the officially recognized start of the Silver Age of comics. Although DC officially started it, Marvel Comics officially owned it. From 1961 to 1968, Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko, Bill Everett, and others introduced dozens of iconic characters and titles, including the Fantastic Four, the Hulk, Spider-Man, Thor, Iron Man, Daredevil, and Doctor Strange, that really defined the Silver Age of comics. Although 1970 is officially recognized as the end of the Silver Age and the beginning of the Bronze Age of comics, there is some disagreement on which title officially ushered in the New Age. Was it Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams' politically charged Green Lantern Green Arrow number 76? Or Roy Thomas and Barry Smith's iconic Conan that ushered in the era of fantasy and sword and sorcery titles? Even though Green Lantern 76 predates Conan number 1 by a few months, the debate still continues. 1979 may or may not be the beginning of the Copper Age of comics. Many believe 1979 should be officially considered the starting date for the new era because this was the year the direct market began. It also is marked by the beginning of Frank Miller's classic run on Daredevil. Miller, as artist and writer, more than any other creator influenced the 80s and the Copper Age of comics. However, some believe it was 1983 and Simonson's iconic run on Thor that began the Copper Age. Although Simonson's Thor may be more historically significant than Miller's first issue of Daredevil, when you combine Miller with the advent of the direct market, 1979 seems to be the better choice. 1991 is the popular choice for the end of the Copper Age of comics and the beginning of the Modern Age, with Jim Lee's X-Men #1 as the significant marker. Some people like to give Miller's The Dark Knight Returns the nod for ending the Copper Age, but this book came out in 1986, which seems much too early to get this distinction. Although Miller's work on Daredevil and Batman began to usher in the new era of grim and violent, more adult-oriented stories, that change didn't really take hold until the 1990s. For that reason, I'm sticking with the X-Men #1 as the tentpole. Thank you for watching my latest video. If you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe to this channel. And please remember to support my new crowdfunded graphic novel, Wraith of God. Please follow the link in the description of this video, and I thank you for your support.